Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. I told you it would happen. People said there's absolutely no way that Donald Trump would ever come back to Twitter, that he's totally locked in on Truth Social, and even recently during the town hall, he basically suggested something similar.
And this was in the form of Twitter. Now use Truth Social. I think it's far superior, okay? I hope everybody's on Truth. Because now I have 90 million people waiting for me to go back, but I'm on Truth and I'm staying on Truth.
And in a world where Elon Musk never bought Twitter and Twitter was still the same old corrupt garbage platform that it was previous, I could see the platform collapsing and Trump sticking to Truth Social. But after Elon Musk's purchase, and now that we're really kicking off into high gear, into the main event, the 2024 election, and even before that, the 2024 Republican primary, well, it was never going to happen. Trump was never going to stay isolated on Truth Social, on his own platform, speaking to a limited audience. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. Most people are still on Twitter. He was never going to stick to Truth Social and releasing the odd longer form post through his America First blog page. Trump was inevitably going to come back to Twitter, and it seems like, based on the reporting that we have right now from a credible source, that's exactly what's happening. Supposedly, it's all but confirmed that Donald Trump is coming back to Twitter. The man of the hour is back. The internet's going to get crazy again. Resistance Twitter is definitely going to reform here, living their every waking moment, every breath, waiting for and reacting to Trump Twitter posts. We're headed back to same old, it seems. The mean tweets are back. Let me show you guys what's going on. Let me update you on the report. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so normally I'd report Donald Trump coming back to Twitter as speculative, or I would personally speculate thinking that he's got to come back at some point. But in this case, I'm pretty confident to say that Trump is coming back, because it comes from a very reliable source, Benny Johnson on Twitter. Here was Benny Johnson during a live conversation in a Twitter space, where he said this.
Donald Trump is going to do a Twitter space. Donald Trump is coming back to Twitter. Take it to the bank. Now, this was part and parcel baked into the cake. But how? But the Ron DeSantis announcement inside of the space is really been an accelerant to that decision. And so Donald Trump will be coming back and will be doing a Twitter space. Mark my words. There's absolutely no way he's going to be one-upped on this. And Elon Musk, if you go back into the history books, the year was 2008 when Elon Musk was interviewed by 60 Minutes. And he was asked who's the best at Twitter. And he said, far and away, point blank, Donald Trump. Elon Musk said it's a war zone. Donald Trump is a fighter. He's insanely good at Twitter. That's a quote. And so Elon Musk wants nothing more than for Donald Trump to come back to Twitter. And I think you're right. There's a wide open lane for Donald Trump to come back and do this and make it bigly. You know, yes, Donald Trump is coming back to Twitter. I have that effectively confirmed from some of the highest levels of his campaign. So I think you should take that. I think you should take that to the bank. The people who have access to Donald Trump's Twitter confirm that. So I think you should take it to the bank. You should expect it. And I think you should expect a situation like this. I think you should expect Elon to host one of these with Donald Trump.
You know, when Ron DeSantis made his announcement that he was coming back to Twitter, the first thing that came to mind was that this was going to be a catalyst for Donald Trump to come in. There's absolutely no way that Donald Trump is going to let Ron DeSantis make Twitter his platform, so to speak. If there is anything to pull Donald Trump out of his dormant state, it's a challenger entering the arena. And Ron DeSantis, I guess, indirectly has declared Twitter to be the battlefield. And so you mean to tell me that Donald Trump is not going to show up? There is a literal 0% chance of that happening. Look, it's peak primary season. I know it's very uncomfortable for a lot of people. They don't like the back and forth. It's getting pretty divisive in the Republican side. The Ron DeSantis faction is on full-on attack mode, and so is the Trump side. You log on Twitter, I'm sure you guys are feeling the exact same way. The entire timeline is nothing but infighting drama. And now we're seeing Ron DeSantis clips popping up regularly where he's now going after Donald Trump by name directly, where over the last couple of months he's avoided even saying Trump's name. Ben Shapiro just recently did a segment with Ron DeSantis that was pretty obviously targeted towards Donald Trump. And so with all that happening, the idea that Trump would stay on a separate platform and not engage was never going to happen. And here's what I think's gonna happen. I think the Trump campaign is looking to one-up Ron DeSantis. I think he's actually gonna do the exact same thing. Elon Musk recently tweeted, "I'd have to look for the tweet, maybe I can get it. Give me a second. Here's the tweet, writing, "All presidential candidates are most welcome on this platform," writing this right before Ron DeSantis' event. And so what that implies is that Elon Musk is probably willing to do another Twitter space with any presidential candidate, whether it be Vivek Ramaswamy, nobody neocon loser Nikki Haley, Donald Trump, or even Joe Biden. He's willing to give the platform the same that he gave to Ron DeSantis. And so clearly the Trump team is looking at that as a serious opportunity. The Ron DeSantis Twitter space announcement was lackluster to say the least. I think even if you're the most fervent Ron DeSantis supporter, and look, I don't classify myself as a hater of the Republican governor. In fact, I'd even say I'm a fan of his. But regardless of where you stand, whether you're the biggest hater, whether you're in the middle, whether you like him, whether you hate him, his biggest fan, his biggest supporter, you have to admit that his Twitter space was a complete disaster. The Trump team obviously knows this. And so they're probably going to try to upstage him. They're probably going to set up a Twitter space. They're probably going to announce it relatively soon, I'd assume. Trump's going to be back on the platform. We don't know about tweeting just yet, although I'd assume that follows. He's probably going to enter a Twitter space with the official Trump account with almost 100 million followers. And it's probably going to break the internet, let alone break Twitter. Trump's not one to mince words. He's got, let's be honest, 10 to 100 times the star power than Ron DeSantis has. The DeSantis team has been claiming that their Twitter space was the largest internet room in history. That's what they were calling it, a room, not a stream or a live event, which I'm not even sure if that's correct, but they've been trying to push this narrative as if it was the most successful announcement, breaking new grounds. I think Trump's going to come in and probably double, triple, maybe even quadruple their numbers, and it's going to be viewed by his team as a triumphant moment, which I think it probably certainly would be. Ron DeSantis is Ron DeSantis. He'll never be able to change that. Again, I'm trying to be as objective as possible here. The simple fact is that Ron DeSantis has a charisma problem. He's got a little bit of a stale personality, while Trump is obviously an entertainer. He's probably going to hype it up as a massive event. People are going to want to tune in just because he's going to say something crazy. He's going to make people laugh. He's going to say things in unconventional ways. He's going to say things the way you speak about things with your friends drinking a beer at a bar. And I mean, just the angle of it. Donald Trump, banned by Jack Dorsey, deplatformed across social media, makes his return back to Twitter in a Twitter space with Elon Musk. I mean, that's primetime TV. And inherently, I think that upstages Ron DeSantis. I think that's a simple fact. The DeSantis camp, I think, is coping a little bit with their most recent event. I mean, even Elon Musk has been pushing what are clearly false narratives. He got fact-checked on Twitter, surprisingly enough. A lot of noise about Ron DeSantis announcing and discussing his presidential bid on this platform. But you know what isn't noise? Setting an all-time record for fundraising. Worth considering for announcements in general. Which, readers added context, this tweet is factually incorrect. Trump raised $25 million in 2019, removing large donors, it was still $14 million. Furthermore, half of Governor DeSantis' donations came via donor event that started in advance of the space. President Joe Biden also raised $6.3 million, topping DeSantis' online donations. I'd assume that a Trump event would most likely trounce the DeSantis team also in fundraising, although maybe not because DeSantis does have some big money donors behind him. In terms of grassroots support and grassroots donations, I mean, there's really no argument there. And once again, in the comments section, Elon Musk wrote, in response to this question, "Are you going to do the same for the opponents?" Elon Musk responded, "I have made the invitation several times, including in the DeSantis spaces itself." So I think everything here is kind of alluding to Trump being invited back onto Twitter, especially for a Twitter space. I think it's going to be absolutely massive. The biggest we've ever seen. It's going to be and I'm here for it. Even though things are getting a little bit divisive, things are getting messy, at the end of the day, it's the political system at play. May the best man win. I'm here for all of it. I want to see it happen. Trump coming back making a splash on Twitter would be absolutely epic, and I'm especially here for the Rosie O'Donnell tweets. I think things are going to get real exciting real soon. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Of course, we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.